Hi, I'm very excited to be here today to get to talk to you about a subject that is very important to me. I'm going to talk to you about how technology, though it is very important in our lives and really all around us, it has become sort of an idol. It's become very important in our lives, almost too important. It's become important to the fact or to the point where we can't do much of anything without it. We're dependent on technology. Now, in a world where technology is constantly advancing, trying to make things more convenient, easier in our lives, which isn't a bad thing, but it can separate us from challenges that make us better. It can separate us from the chance for growth. So I want to throw this question out there. Is this new technology for the better? Now, in my opinion, technology like this has made society weaker. Though we are technologically advanced, we're getting things done faster, you can see that social skills, especially in younger people, teenagers and younger, even the next generation, the generation after that, you can tell that there is a social weakness there. There's also a work ethic problem now. I've grown up in an era full of new technology. We've become dependent on this technology, and that's all my generation knows. That's why I feel like I'm credible to talk about this. Now, I would like to tell you a little preview of my main points before we get on. First, I want to talk about how technology makes us lazier, less social, and how we are reliant on it. Let's look at that first point. Technology has made us lazy. It's hard to go throughout our day without our phones or without some sort of new technology. It's also very difficult to do things like research without a quick Google search. The days of going to the library and getting your information, the days of sitting at the table, reading a newspaper to know the stories from the previous day, those times have disappeared. Because of Google, ChatGPT, we have all the information we could ever want at our fingertips at all times. Now, not only that, but it's also easy to not really want to leave your house. I mean, we can get anything we want delivered directly to us whenever we want. Though it's more expensive, it's easier. To conclude this point, technology can be used for good. Like these things like delivery, Google, ChatGPT, they can be used for good, but I feel like we don't use it the right way. I feel like we use it more for laziness than we do for actual helping us enhance our productivity. Now, my second main point that I would like to talk about is how we have become less self-sufficient because of technology. An article from CSB talked about this dependency when they said, smartphones and other devices have become so central to modern life that many rely on them for everything. We rely on our cell phones for everything. We rely on it for our entertainment. We rely on it for our schooling. We rely on it for delivery, shopping, skipping ahead in lines. Many of us have our money and wallet in it. It's how we communicate with other people. We just rely on it for everything. And like I said before, we have a hard time doing many things without a quick Google search or asking ChatGPT a question. Smartphones have us under a trance, under a spell that many of us can't get away from. Now, I would like to ask you, How many of you here have an addiction to a smartphone? Raise your hand if you want. I do as well. Okay? Everyone does. Young, old, everyone has an addiction to it. And it's become normalized. It's hard for us to do things on our own because of how normal it is to be reliant on technology. Things like essays, writing your own essay it really doesn't happen much anymore. A lot of times people just get ChatGPT to write it for them. And that's a disheartening thing. It means we're using something that should be used for good and help advance our work, help make it better. We use it just to skip the whole process of work in general. By always avoiding the uncomfortable situations, you avoid the chance to grow. You avoid the chance to spread your wings. You avoid the chance to sharpen to the things that you struggle at. You don't get better. You just become lazier, skipping over problems. They'll come back eventually. Problems will circle back around, but you won't know how to handle them when that technology is gone. Now, our third and final point is that we have lost the meaning of true social interaction. You can't walk on the side of the street without seeing most people on their phone, or most people with earbuds in, headphones on. It's just become very busy. Technology has not only made us isolate from each other, but it's also made us be so much busier. We always feel like we're having to check our emails. We're always having to make that call. We're always having to check something on our phones or check something on the internet. We always have to check something. That can pull you away from times with your family. That can pull you away from times with your friends. That can pull you away from so many different things. We just don't have that time for social interaction anymore. It's because of technology that we're always going. Of course, that's not the main reason we're always busy. Our society as a whole has made it a priority. You have to keep yourself busy, which is wrong. An article by Sogolytics explores how we can be connected through new tech, but also how we put ourselves in danger because of it. We not only put ourselves in danger, but we put our kids in danger. There's chance for predators online. There's chance for, kids also becoming brain rotted and losing their sense of touch on reality. There's chance for that for us as well. I mean, catfishing is a real thing. Different things like that, those are real things. Funny as it may be, it is real. And we need to be aware of that. And yes, there are good things that come out of technology. It's how we use it. I'm not saying that we should get rid of technology. I'm saying we need to learn how to use it correctly, because we're not doing that. At least not most of us. We care more about how many friends we have on social media than about how many real meaningful relationships we really have. We care more about clicks and likes and virtual hearts than actually having meaningful relationships, being there for someone else when they need it. And it's tearing society, it's tearing us away from each other, and it's causing isolation. Because of these things like social media or just doing work all the time, we have become self-centered and we've isolated ourselves. This is dangerous. We weren't made to go through life alone. And it's good to have social skills. I'd like to conclude this by talking about some of the things that we've just mentioned. We've discussed how technology makes us lazy, how we're less self-sufficient, and how our social skills have dropped dramatically. An article by Medium talks about both the good and the bad of technology, which we've discussed quite a lot here in the last few minutes. But it touches on predatory actions and stuff like that, which is dangerous, and we need to protect our children from these kind of things. Now, before I leave you, I do want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to find a way that you can be less reliant on technology and take back your life.